हरिः कन्ना।
Now it's time to get into non-rectangular data structures. So let's explore non-rectangular data structures. So there are other data structures besides rectangular data. So time series data records successive measurements of the same variable, and it is the raw material for statistical forecasting methods, and it is also a key component of the data produced by devices, the internet of things, the IoT. Basically the time series data is the key component of the data produced by the internet of things, IoT. Okay, so and we have spatial data structures which are used in mapping and location. Analytics are more complex and varied than rectangular data structures. So in the object representation, the view the focus of the data is an object, example a house and its spatial coordinates. So the field view by contrast focuses on small units of space and the value of a relevant metric, that's pixel brightness for example. So so what is a non-rectangular data? So the non-rectangular data is nothing but uh, the, the different way of representing the data, because you have seen the rectangular way of representation. Similarly, we have while the rectangular data is a common and widely used data structure, there are other data structures as well as. Okay, so as we have discussed, some of them are time series data, we had it, and then similarly we have discussed about mm, we have discussed about the spatial data structures, and the third one we have is graph or network data structures are used to represent physical, social and abstract relationships. For example, a graph of a social network such as a Facebook or LinkedIn may represent connections between people on the network, and distribution hubs connected by roads are an example of a physical network. So graph structures are useful for certain types of problems such as network optimization and recommender systems. So and graph data, time series data, spatial data. In addition to that, we also have text data. So text data is the data that is composed of natural language text, often with unstructured or semi-structured formats such as emails. Then we have hierarchical data. So hierarchical data, the data is the data that is organized into a tree-like structure where each level represents a category or grouping. Example includes a family trees or GitHub. If you use a Git, so in Git the commands the commits tree that you get it. Okay, these are the examples. So other than rectangular data, these are the different or some of the non-rectangular data types, which are hierarchical data, graph data, time series data, text data, spatial data.